Hey friend, congratulations. You made it to day 5 of the Start from Scratch challenge. And today it's all about action plan and next steps. You should be feeling pretty good because at this point you have a lot of the core key concepts that will allow you to get started and begin marketing your services so you can land clients. What we're going to cover in today's training is we're going to talk about pricing. So how much should you charge? And then also looking at the number of hours that you can work per week while working full time. We're going to talk about content creation, specifically your Instagram grid, and then your email marketing for how to reach out to people in your network. And then I'm going to share a way for you to take this content to the next level and apply it so that you can get massive results in 2020. Now, pricing, excuse me, when you're deciding how much to charge, here are a couple of things to think about. One, how much do you want to charge? And two, you can kind of compare yourself and look at what others are charging to better understand the market, right? Now, I don't say that to look at people all the time to see what they're charging, but it's starting out, it's helpful to see what others are charging for the types of services you want to offer. The other thing you can do is take your current salary, divide it by 2,080, which is the standard number of working hours in a year to get an idea of where you could start. And if you want to work up to it, or you want to start above it, or you want to start at it. So if you make $50,000 per year and divide it by 2,080, you get an hourly rate of $24. And you can decide if you want to start there, go higher, go a little bit lower, but at least it gives you somewhat of a starting point and a basis to jump off of so that you're just not like, oh, I don't know where to start, right? So you can do that mathematical equation and a few places to research and get an idea of what people are charging. You can again revisit Upwork, which is amazing. We talked about that earlier in the week when we were talking about crafting your roadmap. Then you can also visit Facebook groups and use the search bar inside of the Facebook group. It's kind of like a Google search engine, just how you would Google something. You can go inside the Facebook group and also Google something, and you can Google services, the name of the services that you offer. So if you do content creation, you can type in content creation, and oftentimes people are posting job opportunities. Sometimes they even post how much they're paying. So you could always find at least what they're posting, and then sometimes even the price of it as well. So it's a really great networking tool in addition to figuring out pricing. The other thing is when we talk about deciding how many hours a week you want to work, really look at your schedule. This for some of you might require you to get extremely intentional about how you spend your time. And also some of you, if you're working full-time jobs that are taking up so much of your time. So for example, I was working at a retail position before I got what's called a bridge job, because when I was working retail, I was working 60 some hours a week. It was really energetically draining. It was on the weekends. It was at night, all over the board. And I really needed to find margin. So I actually got a bridge job, which then I left Target and ended up working as a recruiter inside of a bank. And it was an interim position. So it was really great. I went from working 60 hours a week to 40 hours a week. And I used the 20 hours that I gained back to really get clear on what it is that I wanted to do. So it might be a position that you need to get leverage, you need to get margin. So you need to find a bridge job so you can get time back. It might also be you just need to sharpen up your schedule in a way to get really intentional and really disciplined about how you're spending your time. Even if you can give 3 hours a week, that's certainly doable. People hire VAs, virtual assistants, or they hire people for 3 hours a week. I actually have a contractor that I work with 3 hours a week. They do some graphic stuff for me, and it is glorious. And so it is possible. There are people out there looking to hire someone for 3 hours a week. And just a quick, easy math. If you know that you can do 10 extra hours a week, you start at $20, it's $200 a week times 4. It's an extra $800 a month that not only are you making $800 a month, but you're getting incredible service, or you're getting incredible experience offering these services. And there will come a time that as you begin to ramp up, as you begin to get more clients and your client base grows, there's going to become this tipping point where you know that you'd be able to fully replace your income if you just had more time. And the only way that you get more time is by quitting your job. But everybody's leap story, the ultimate leap, is quite different than someone else's. The only thing that's consistent is that you quit your job, but how you do it is different. And that is, always look at other people's stories as inspiration, not as a comparison. Okay. So there is that with pricing. But again, you might have to get really disciplined about how you're spending your time. The second one is content creation. So think about the services you offer and the 3 to 5 services and create them as content buckets. So for example, if you help online creators write copy for blogs, Instagram content, planning, graphic creation, you could decide to use them as categories for planning, and then content buckets. And then other content buckets that you can use are maybe, behind the scenes, inspirational quotes, an introduction of you. And so what we're going to do is, once you have your content buckets, and let's say you decide you've got 4 content buckets, then you want to decide how often you want to publish on Instagram per week. And let's say you want to publish 4 times per week. So you have 4 content buckets, you want to publish 4 times a week. Then what you do is you just make a schedule. So, 4 times a week, like day 1, you're going to share writing copy for blogs tip. Day 2, you're going to do a tip on content planning. Day 3, you're going to highlight one of your client successes on one of the services that you offer. And then day 4, you're going to rotate behind the scenes of an inspirational quote. And you can plan this all out ahead of time. You can use a software, called Planoly. It's amazing. We use it in our side for our Instagram content. It makes it so easy to plan ahead, because once you already know your content buckets and then you already know your schedule of posting, you then just have to sit down and decide, okay, what graphic image do I want to use here? And then write your caption and plan it all out. It's certainly better than having the deer in the headlights look, going, I don't even know what I should post today, right? So this really helps remove that. And then also you are building up, you're creating that content that's all part of the inbound marketing, right? You're creating valuable content that's getting people to be curious about what it is that you're doing, so that they look and stay on your profile. Then they see your call to action, and then they are sticking around to learn from you as well. And then hopefully signing up for a strategy call. Okay. So this one, the last one is take action. So this is, you want to keep this comes to your email. So make sure that you keep your email short and concise. It'll make it easier for people to read, because most people don't read emails. They actually don't even read websites. They scan websites, right? So just include a short intro as to why you're reaching out. And for this, you're not going to say like, because I want to quit my job. I mean, you might, but I'm thinking most likely probably not. So you can just simply say you're reaching out because maybe you want to diversify your skill set, try out different things, explore different avenues. I mean, you can think of whatever it is that you want to think of as to why you're reaching out as well. These are just a few examples. And then what you want to do in the actual email itself is use your discretion based on who you're reaching out to. But when I say that, also don't limit yourself and think, oh, I want to reach out to these 5 people, but really only 3 of them can probably help me. Don't do that, because you don't know who they know. And so you're kind of limiting yourself. And you want to be able to just network and simply just ask for an introduction, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. So then you're going to bullet point your 3 to 5 services. You're going to include 2 to 3 sentences about your overall capability and competency around those skills. It could just say something super simple, like just a transition statement. And then lastly, instead of asking whoever you're emailing directly, ask them if they know of anyone who needs help with their business part-time in any of the areas, and that you'd be grateful for an introduction. The key thing about that is it puts less pressure on the person you're emailing, even though you know that person might have a business and that you could help them. Instead of just saying, hey, do you want to hire me? You simply just say, hey, Joe, these are the things, like, I'm reaching out to you because I have extra time on my hands and I want to do something productive with it. And so these are some of the things that I can help business owners with. If you know of anyone that's looking for help part-time in their business, even if it's just 3 hours a week, I'd be so grateful for an introduction. Joe sees that you are offering your services, so he's not missing it. Okay. But it takes pressure off of him to be like, oh, do I say yes or no? And so that's why it makes it super easy and pretty slick. The other thing is that you can have the option to include your Calendly link to set up a discovery call. You can also transition that in there as well. If it makes it easier, if it's helpful, they can schedule a 25-minute discovery call with me. And so again, we just want to automate the process in a way to make it easier for people to get on our calendar to engage with us. We don't want to make it hard. All right. So let's talk about next steps. This is where, we've gone through 5 full days of start from scratch. We are talking about how to get your business, defining your services, who you're working with, all these things. And I want to invite you that if you're ready to go all in for 2020 and bet on yourself, I want you to join my Ultimate Leap Accelerator program. It's a 6-week program where we take everything we covered this week and apply it and take it to the next level. It's been designed for people who don't have a ton of time, such as yourself, and want to maximize results. So each week will take you less than 60 minutes to go through the course content and apply it. And the reason how you can do that is because I cut out all the fluff. If I don't think that it's valuable, I'm not going to teach it. I only want to teach the things that are going to be super impactful, where you can invest the minimal amount of time for the maximum amount of results. I'm also giving you templates and checklists so that you can just go and speed through the content, not go so fast that you don't allow the concepts to sink in. But I want to make this efficient for you, right? Because I know you're busy. So this is for aspiring online entrepreneurs and coaches, or people who just want to start building their business, start offering services, but don't really know where to get started. And it's also people who are ready to take action. They want a step-by-step process, and people who don't have a ton of time, right? So I just got done telling you that you can do this. If you give me 60 minutes a week, I can give you the content. You can apply the content and you can take action in 60 minutes or less. And so I've made it super, super simple and easy. And I'm going to show you, let's see here. Let me go back here. I'm going to walk you through what the Ultimate Leap Accelerator is comprised of, so you can get a sense for what it is that we're covering. So it's all about deciding your service, crafting your offer, and I'm going to teach you how to land your first paying client without having a website. So some of these are my past students. You can definitely go ahead and read those. Also watch them too. There's some pretty amazing stories. Like Jenny here, she was one of my students, and she was able to not only get her first one-on-one group coaching program, but we actually launched her group beta program. We've got Christy, who's offering services. She's working her way out of corporate America, but she's got a business that she's building up, which is pretty amazing. Sam, Rose, she booked 2 discovery calls based on some feedback that resulted in new business, which is pretty awesome. We got Sam Keeler. So having more direction about what is it that she wants to offer. And so by the end of the 6-module course, you're going to have a clear offer, a foolproof process, calendar that is booked out with discovery calls. You're going to have a buying environment, and you're going to have your first paying client, or even more, right? That's the goal. So the goal is to get you into a place that then sets you up for success, so that you can continue to work the process, so that you ultimately replace your income and make your ultimate leap. So you can see what's inside the course. So first week, we're going to go over roadmap. We're going to take it deeper. We're going to apply it. There's going to be workbooks and worksheets to go along with it. Week 2, we're going to dive into quality conversation. So how do you have a quality conversation with whoever it is that you're speaking to on your discovery call? So going deeper on around like setting them up in the sales process, how to maximize your discovery call, how to create a buying environment. I'm going to give you a list of questions. I'm going to give you a call script. Week 3 is the call converting formula. So we're going to actually set up the process, and we're also going to talk about, I'm going to give you step-by-step tutorials on how to do it, and including questions to ask in Calendly and things to help you with, like a question bank to pull from, all that good stuff in the call converting formula. Again, less than 60 minutes per week. Then week 4, we're going to talk about pricing and payments. So I'm going to demonstrate for you and teach you in the lessons about the 4 different types of pricing. And then also we're going to create a financial plan for your leap, go through and do some numbers, make it really simple and easy for you. And then also go over the different ways that you can collect payments and working with clients, and then how to price your services for profit. So we're going to talk high level sub about some of the taxes and things like what should you be putting aside? How do you plan for taxes? Things like that. And then week 5 is closing the call and servicing your client. So how do you follow up after the discovery call? And then how do you continue to retain your clients and provide world-class service? And then learning the different types of tools to use when you're working with your clients and how to find new clients through existing clients. And there's a bunch of templates in there as well that I'm giving you. So you can just go ahead, copy and paste, and then fill in the blank. And then week 6, because at this point you have all the tools that you need to be successful that are setting you up for success. This is really about visibility challenge. So it's go time. You've got everything in place. You've got your calendar link set up. You know how to have a conversation. You know what tools you need. We're going to start sending emails to your immediate network. We're going to use social media. We're going to amplify your Instagram account. And then we're going to talk about content planning on a whole nother level. Okay. So this is the 6-week outline of what we're covering. All the content is drip. So every Monday when the program starts at 12 p.m. Central, you're going to get the content for that week. And then every week it builds. That is designed intentionally because I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed about all the content at once. I also don't want you to just go breeze through all the content at once because there's magic that happens by layering in the content and the education. Okay. The other thing, in addition to the lifetime access to the content material, there's a private Facebook group that you'll be in with all of your fellow students. So you're going to be able to meet women just like you and men maybe, who are on their way to replacing their corporate income, who are on their way to starting a business. So you're going to be able to lean on each other. And there are 3 biweekly coaching calls happening Wednesdays. You can see here Wednesday 29th, and they're all in the evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and they go for an hour. If you can't make it live, they will be recorded and posted into the Facebook group. So you'll have access to that as well. The one thing that I do want to make you aware of is that there is a bonus that expires on Monday, January 13th at 9 p.m. Central. And this is that if you enroll before this time, you're going to have a 60-day access period to our membership, Her Way to 75K Club, where you're going to get unlimited access to 9 different courses. So the Her Way to 75K Club is really built and designed to help you continue and grow and apply this material. And if you enroll before the 13th at 9 p.m., you're going to get 60-day access after the 6-week program ends. And so the beautiful thing about it is that some of the courses, like 9 of the courses that you get enrolled in, there's a website your way. So I ran this actually as a beta launch back in October, and it was incredible the results people had. So I taught them how to launch their Squarespace website, how to keep it super simple and launch it in 30 days. So now that you've been equipped with the 6 weeks, we've gone through the program. If you decide that you're like, I'm ready to build my website, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. I've also got Scale Your Way. So this is learning how to streamline and organize your business in 14 days or less. So how to get organized. There's online business starter kits. So if you want to learn how to do email marketing through ConvertKit or Podia, how to set up email sequence, all that stuff, it's in that course. Legalize your business, everything you need to know about incorporating, where to go, and more. We've got some guest experts in there. Make money moves. We've got accounting expert Arian Armstrong, who teaches you all the things about accounting and QuickBooks and things that you need to know, especially when starting out. Personal development, so goal setting, managing time, mindset, content marketing machine. Learn everything you need to know to get started about content marketing. And then also Podcast Your Way. So if you've ever wanted to add a podcast to your, if you want that to be sort of this way for you to produce content on a weekly basis, this is definitely Podcast Your Way, is a great course to do it. I teach you how to do that in 30 days or less. And then also you get access to monthly coaching calls. We do 2 of them, 2 60-minute calls a month. So again, this bonus starts at the end of the 6-week program. And if you enroll by January 13th, you get 60-day access. I highly recommend it. So if even you're thinking about joining Ultimate Leap Accelerator, do it. Do it by Monday. You having these bonuses and having access to these courses are just going to continue the momentum after the 6-week program. Okay. So if you're wondering if it'll work, you don't need a large email list. You don't need a fancy website to start. I've made it so that I'm teaching you exactly how to get started without all of those things. So don't fear. Don't think that you need that. If you're not happy with the course, I would never want anyone to be unhappy. So if by 14 days into the program, you're unsatisfied with it, you can email my team for a full refund, no questions asked. Okay. And then also, if you still have questions, you can email my team at hello@shediditherway. And then also, if you might be asking, like, if I already have a few clients, will the 6-week program be beneficial? And I will say, if you have a few clients and it's kind of a little bit stale and you're looking to get even more clients and really tighten up your systems, absolutely, yes, this will be a really good fit for you. So this is enrollment. The program starts on January 20th, but enrollment is open as of today until Thursday of next week at 7 p.m. Central. And so that will be Thursday, the 16th, if I've done my numbers right, if that's correct. Yes. So yeah, but make sure you get into, let me go back to the bonuses. Make sure you get in by the bonuses, because that is huge and such a benefit. Okay. So if you have any questions, email my team or DM us on Instagram. I'm in Instagram all the time, and you can email us at hello@shediditherway.com. I really hope that you got a lot out of the 5-week challenge, Start from Scratch, and I can't wait to see you inside the course.